Listen carefully, because this message didn't just appear on your screen by accident. You were meant to hear this today. Something in your spirit has been waiting, quietly, patiently, for a word that would shake you, awaken you, realign you, and remind you of who you truly are in God. And today, God sends you this message: it's time to rise. It's time to obey. It's time to put Him first again. We all have areas of life where we move with urgency, where we act fast, where we invest energy. And we also have areas where we delay, where we postpone, where we say, later, not today, maybe sometime in the future. And God is speaking into that very place in your life right now, the place you have ignored, postponed, or pushed aside. Just like in the book of Haggai, God interrupted His people's comfort to awaken their calling. They had returned from exile with excitement and purpose. They were ready to rebuild, ready to obey, ready to honor God. But life happened. They got busy. They got distracted. They focused on their homes, their businesses, their plans, their comfort, everything except the very thing God sent them to do. The temple lay unfinished, not because they didn't love God, but because they kept saying, not now, not yet, maybe later. And God sends this same spirit awakening message to you today: how long will you keep delaying the very thing I've called you to do? How long will you keep saying, later, to the voice that blesses your future? How long will you keep postponing the obedience that will unlock your next miracle? The people in Haggai's time were working hard, but something was missing. They were planting but not harvesting, they were earning but not satisfied. They were running but not arriving. Emotionally empty. Spiritually dry. Physically tired. Mentally drained. And God revealed the reason: they had placed everything before Him. They were prioritizing comfort over calling, convenience over obedience, self-preservation over God's instruction. Their purpose awakened. Their spiritual fire returned. Their priorities shifted. And that's what God wants to do inside you right now while you're listening. You may have lost your momentum, but you haven't lost your calling. You may have slowed down, but God hasn't withdrawn His assignment from your life. You may have delayed obedience, but God hasn't withdrawn His grace. And the moment they said yes, just yes, God spoke a promise that still echoes today: from this day on, I will bless you. Not after they finished. Not after everything became perfect. Not after they had it all together. Blessing came at the moment of obedience. God doesn't bless perfection, He blesses surrender. He blesses obedience. He blesses the heart that says, Lord, I'm ready now. God is not waiting for you to be perfect. He's not waiting for you to have all the answers. He's not waiting for better conditions. He's waiting for your yes. Your life changes the moment your spirit says, God, I choose you. I put you first. I realign myself to your voice. When you obey, God moves. When you prioritize Him, He prioritizes you. When you honor His instruction, He honors your path. Many people search for clarity, but God says, put me first, and clarity will come. Many fight for peace, but God says, put me first, and peace will follow you. Many chase success, but God says, seek me, and success will chase you. The blessing always follows alignment. Like Israel, many people don't reject God, they simply delay Him. They love Him, but He's not first. They believe in Him, but He's not central. They respect Him, but they don't rearrange their life for Him. But hear me, delayed obedience becomes disobedience, not because God is harsh, but because delay creates distance. Every, I'll pray later, every, I'll start tomorrow, every, once life becomes easier, creates spiritual distance. The enemy doesn't need to destroy you, he just needs to distract you. But God is breaking that pattern today. Obedience is the breakthrough. Obedience is the open door. God told Israel, go up the mountain, bring the wood, and start building. Meaning, do it now. Move now. Begin now. You don't need full strength, just start. You don't need full understanding, just trust. You don't need to know the outcome, just obey. God sees the thing you buried, the dream you left, the passion you dropped, the purpose you postponed. And He is saying, pick it up again. Build again. Pray again. Worship again. Believe again. Forgive again. Surrender again. Live with purpose again. There are areas in your life that feel empty. Efforts that feel wasted. Dreams that feel delayed. Doors that feel closed. And God is saying, you've done it your way long enough. Now watch what happens when you put me first. When you align under God, heaven aligns over you. And just like in Haggai, God is rebuilding something inside you, rebuilding your spirit, rebuilding your discipline, rebuilding your vision, rebuilding your courage, rebuilding your relationship with Him, rebuilding your peace, rebuilding the dream you lost, rebuilding the calling you avoided, rebuilding the purpose you buried under excuses. And God declares the same promise He declared through Haggai: the glory of the new house will be greater than the former. Meaning, your next season will carry more glory than anything behind you. Your future will carry more purpose than your past. Your next chapter will be stronger, deeper, richer, more spirit-filled than anything you've walked through. God is not done with you. He's preparing something greater. And the blessing is waiting on the other side of your obedience. So today, God asks you a simple but life-changing question: what have you delayed that I asked you to build? What instruction did you postpone? What calling did you silence? What prayer life did you stop? What habit did you return to? What step did you refuse because of fear? Whatever it is, today is your day of alignment. There. Listen closely, because what God started stirring in your spirit in the previous message, He is not done yet. When God begins a work in you, He never leaves it unfinished. And if you are hearing this right now, it means He is still working on you, still shaping you, still calling you higher. There are moments in life when God interrupts your ordinary rhythm because He is preparing you for a season that is anything but ordinary. This is that moment. Many people think breakthrough happens suddenly, but in reality, breakthrough begins quietly, in the hidden places of the heart where God whispers, "Come back to me. Walk with me. Trust me again." In part 1, God awakened you. In part 2, God is strengthening you. Because awakened purpose needs strengthened obedience. The enemy doesn't fear your emotion, he fears your commitment. He doesn't fear your excitement, he fears your discipline. He doesn't fear your dream, he fears your obedience to God's voice. And that is why the moment you decide to align with God, resistance shows up. Suddenly you feel tired. Suddenly old habits return. Suddenly doubts rise. Suddenly delays appear. Suddenly people misunderstand you. Not because God is absent, but because the enemy knows your obedience is dangerous. Your obedience builds what hell cannot stop. Your obedience attracts heaven's favor. Your obedience breaks generational patterns. Your obedience shifts atmospheres. Your obedience invites God's presence into places where darkness once lived. In the book of Haggai, when the people decided to obey God and rebuild, the enemy sensed danger. Their obedience meant restoration. Their obedience meant transformation. Their obedience meant revival. But God said something powerful to them, and He is saying it to you now: be strong, for I am with you. Strength does not come from your ability. Strength does not come from your past success. Strength does not come from your personality. Strength comes from His presence. God is not asking you to. One word from God can change everything. One moment of favor can open doors you could never knock on. One touch of His hand can heal years of pain. One shift in His timing can take you from hidden to highlighted. And that moment is coming. Closer than you think. Closer than your doubts can see. Closer than your fear can understand. God is not preparing something small for you. He's preparing something that carries impact. Something that will bless generations. Something that will remind you that heaven was working even when earth was silent. So lift your eyes. Lift your faith. Lift your expectations. Because when God says, "Leave it with me," He means, watch what I can do with what you thought was finished. Your tears have been counted. Your prayers have been stored. Your hope has been noticed. Your endurance has been honored. And God is getting ready to release what He has been shaping behind the scenes. Something so beautiful. So timely. So powerful. That you will say, "If I had received anything earlier, I would have missed this." You are not at the end, you are at the edge of a breakthrough. You are not empty, God is clearing space for the new. You are not forgotten, heaven is working non-stop. You are not stuck, you are being positioned for destiny. So breathe. Rest your heart. Strengthen your spirit. And leave every fear, every plan, every worry, every doubt in the hands of God. Because He's preparing what's next, and what's next will be the most defining, beautiful, God-written chapter of your entire life.